Welcome to the Daily Plunge. We are in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 15, verses 21 through 28. Now, Jesus is moving into the pagan area of Tyre and Sidon, and he encounters a Canaanite woman. And so she's a pagan, and yet she's using the messianic title, Son of David, and she's calling out to him. And, and then we find out that the reason she's calling out to Jesus, even though that she's been following false gods, dead gods, now she's coming to Jesus Christ, and she says that she has a demon-possessed daughter and who is greatly suffering. And one of the things that's interesting is that as adults, it's astonishing how much sin we will bear, how much garbage in our lives we'll put up with, much of it caused by ourselves, and yet when it comes to our kids, we try to make a difference for them, bring them to faith, right? And you got to ask the question too, this woman's daughter is demon possessed because of the lifestyle that she has as the mother, because following pagan gods, there's a lot of bad stuff that goes along with that. And so she cries out to Jesus, and he won't answer her. And we're sort of shocked that she doesn't meet the Jesus meek and mild. She meets Jesus the elector, Jesus the one who chooses. And so she's calling out to him, and the disciples say, hey, why don't you send her away? Even though she's begging for mercy, oh Lord, Son of David, messianic title, they say, send her away. And then Jesus responds to her and says, I was only sent to the lost sheep of Israel. And she cries out again, Lord, help me. And he rebuffs her. But then she appeals to him. She appeals to Jesus, and she doesn't claim her status as, like she has some sort of position in which to make this demand. And she recognizes that she's a sinner, that she has no standing before Jesus Christ. And this is true of each and every one of us. We have no position in which to make demands on Jesus. And in spite of how much sin has damaged others, how much of her sin damaged her daughter, she is persistent for her daughter. She's desperate, and she cries out. He says, it's not right. Jesus replies, it's not right to give the children's bread and toss it to the children. It's not right to give what the blessings that are meant for God's children and give it to a pagan who doesn't even worship him. But she comes right back and she claims her true status. I am a sinner. That's right. I have no reason to ask you for something except that you've made a promise. Even the little dogs eat the crumbs that fall from the master's table. The gospel judges this world as being lost in sin. And she says, you're right. I don't deserve this. I am a sinner. I'm a dog. But she doesn't cling to the law. She doesn't even cling to any notion of being elected. She clings to the promise. She clings to Christ. And she demands that Jesus give her the promise, that he would deliver the goods. And Jesus responds, and he says, woman, you have great faith. You trust the promise. And because that, I'm going to heal your daughter. And that's the good news, is that Jesus comes for sinners like you and me. Thanks, friends. Have a blessed day.